Hey guys, welcome back to ReactJS Spring Boot CRUD full stack application tutorial series. Alright, we have created a React application and we have integrated Bootstrap CSS library in our React application. In this video, let's quickly create a React component to display a list of users on a web page. Alright guys, go to the source folder, src folder, and just within a src folder create a new folder called components. Okay, under components folder, let's create a file. Let's name it as ListEmployeeComponent and the extension is JSX. So you can also use JS, that is not a problem, but we are going to write a JSX code inside this component so we can have an extension like JSX. Okay, you can probably see a lot of you know React developers sometimes use a JS extension or JSX extension. There is no difference, but whenever we use a JSX inside a component, we typically use .jsx extension. Alright, hit enter. Now the important thing is I am going to use React snippets to quickly create a React component. I highly recommend you guys to use React snippets in Visual Store Code IDE to quickly create React components and few React other like functional component or services, etc. So in order to install React snippets, go to the browser and just type React snippets for VS Code. Go to the React Code snippets website and you can click on install. So this will install ReactJS code snippets in VS Code. I already installed, so I'm going to use React snippets to quickly create a React class component. So typically there are two types of components in React. One is stateless functional component and other is stateful class component, and most of the time I'm going to use class component throughout this video tutorial series. Let's type the command rcc. So this will create a class, React class component. Just hit enter. So look at here the skeleton of React class component. So this is very useful React snippet. I highly recommend you guys to use React snippets in a Visual Store Code IDE to quickly create this kind of snippets. Alright, so look at here inside this component we have constructor. Within a constructor we have state. This is the state which belongs to this component, and this component extends a component. Component is from the React library, and here inside a constructor we have a super and we pass props to the super class, that is a React component. Okay, and within a component we have a render method, and inside a render method we have a return statement, and inside a return we write a JSX code inside a return statement. Alright guys, we are going to display list of employees on a web page. For that, what I will do, I will simply initialize an array here, employees, inside a state, and here inside a div we are going to write a JSX code. Alright, just you can start typing code with me so that you will understand a lot of things. Let me quickly add h2 tag to show the page header. So look at here, this is the employees list. So this is the header we display on a page, and we should display this title at the center. So look at here the class name. So in React we use a lower camel case attributes to to point CSS class. For example, in plain HTML we use class like this. Alright, but in React we use the camel case like this, class, then name. So n should be caps, and then we specify CSS class name. Alright, great. Let's create a table, HTML table with some CSS classes, Bootstrap CSS classes. So let's first create a div tag here, and then let's specify some classes like row, and inside that we are going to create a table. Inside a table, let's apply CSS class to the table. So these are the Bootstrap CSS classes that we just added to the table. So inside table, let's go ahead and let's add a table header, create a table row, and inside that let's add table header. So this is the employee first name. Let's copy this, paste it 4 times, and let's change accordingly. Employee last name, employee email ID, and this is actions. So under actions you can see edit and delete button. Alright, we have created table header. Now it's time to create a table body. Inside table body, basically we write a JavaScript code to dynamically display a table rows. In next video we write a code to make a call to the REST API, and we store data into employees array, and that will be again displayed on a table. Let's write a code here inside curly braces. So we're going to dynamically add the rows, right? We have a state. Inside the state we have defined employees array. We are going to use a map. So this is a ES6 feature that we are going to leverage, and then we are going to iterate over employees. So this is the employee and arrow, and inside this we are going to define the row. Okay, so for each row we should have a unique key. So let's define that, employee dot id, and again inside a row let's have td element, and let's populate employee first name, employee last name, copy this, and here employee ID. Okay, in actions we define delete and update buttons whenever we implement delete and update functionalities. Alright guys, now what we'll do, we'll copy this component and we'll go to the app.js file, and we remove this code, and we also remove app class name, and just provide a Bootstrap CSS class, that is container. Inside this div tag let's import ListEmployeeComponent, and make sure that ListEmployeeComponent is imported at the top. Just save this file and go back to the browser, and let us see the changes. In a browser you can able to see the list. Okay, so what we have done, we have created a ListEmployeeComponent, and we have added a JSX code to display a table in a web page. Okay, in the next video we'll make a REST API call. We'll get data from the REST API and we will populate in a table. Great. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys in the next one.